Welcome to our video on the world's most forbidden places that you cannot visit. Throughout history, there have been places on Earth that have been deemed too dangerous or restricted for the general public. So, buckle up and get ready to explore the secrets of these forbidden places that are shrouded in mystery and intrigue. Number 5. Zone Rouge. It is a region in northeastern France that is considered one of the most dangerous and forbidden places on Earth. The zone covers over 1,200 square kilometers and was heavily bombed during World War I, resulting in contamination with unexploded munitions and toxic chemicals. The area is now off-limits to the public due to the potential hazards of unexploded ordnance and the high risk of exposure to dangerous chemicals. The French government declared the area a no-go zone in 1919, and it has remained forbidden to visitors ever since. It is not recommended to visit it as the area is still highly dangerous, with an estimated 10% of the bombs dropped during World War I remaining unexploded. Although the Zone Rouge remains a forbidden place that you cannot visit, it serves as a reminder of the devastating consequences of war and the importance of preserving our environment. Number 4. The East Ural Radioactive Trace. It is a contaminated area in the Ural Mountains of Russia that is considered one of the most hazardous and forbidden places on Earth. The area was caused by a nuclear accident at the Mayak nuclear facility in 1957, which resulted in the release of large amounts of radioactive material into the environment. The radioactive contamination affected a vast area, including rivers, forests, and several towns and villages. The Soviet authorities tried to cover up the disaster, and it was not until the late 1980s that the full extent of the contamination became public knowledge. Today, the area is still heavily contaminated with radioactive material, and access is strictly forbidden to the public. The Russian government has established a 27-kilometer exclusion zone around the Mayak facility, and anyone caught trespassing in the area faces severe legal consequences. Number 3. Montserrat Exclusion Zone. It is a restricted area on the Caribbean island of Montserrat that is considered one of the most dangerous and forbidden places on Earth. The exclusion zone was established following a series of volcanic eruptions in 1995 that devastated the island, destroyed homes and businesses, and forced the evacuation of thousands of people. The exclusion zone covers a large portion of the southern part of the island and includes the area around the Soufriere Hills volcano, which is still active and poses a significant risk to visitors. The volcano is known for its unpredictability, and there is always the possibility of sudden eruptions and pyroclastic flows, which can travel at speeds of up to 450 miles per hour and be deadly to anyone in their path. Access to the exclusion zone is strictly forbidden, and anyone caught violating the restrictions faces severe legal consequences. The area is heavily patrolled by the police and monitored by volcanologists who are tasked with predicting and managing the volcano's activity. Number 2. Korean Demilitarized Zone. It is a highly fortified and restricted area that separates North and South Korea. It is considered one of the most heavily guarded and forbidden places on Earth. The DMZ was established in 1953 following the Korean War and runs 250 kilometers across the Korean peninsula, from the Yellow Sea to the Sea of Japan. Access to the DMZ is strictly controlled, and visitors are only permitted to enter the area through organized tours from the South Korean side. However, even with official permission, visiting the DMZ can be highly risky, as tensions between North and South Korea remain high, and there is always the risk of military confrontation. The North Korean side of the DMZ is especially dangerous, as the reclusive and secretive regime tightly controls access to the area. Anyone attempting to enter the DMZ from the North Korean side risks arrest, imprisonment, or worse. Number 1. The United Nations Buffer Zone. Located in Cyprus, it is also known as the Green Line. It is a highly restricted and forbidden area that separates the Greek Cypriot and Turkish Cypriot communities on the island of Cyprus. The zone was established in 1964 after a period of intercommunal violence and the subsequent deployment of UN peacekeeping forces. The buffer zone stretches for over 180 kilometers across the island and is around 7 kilometers wide at its widest point. It is heavily fortified, with barbed wire fences, watchtowers, and landmines in some areas. Access to the zone is strictly controlled, and visitors are not permitted to enter the area without prior authorization from the UN. The buffer zone has become a symbol of the ongoing division and conflict on the island, with both communities claiming sovereignty over the whole of Cyprus. The UN has been tasked with maintaining peace and stability in the area and patrols the buffer zone to prevent any further outbreaks of violence. And with that, we come to the end of our journey through some of the world's most forbidden places that you cannot visit. While it may be tempting to explore these areas, it is important to remember that the restrictions are in place for a reason. Whether it's for safety, security, or protection of sensitive areas, these forbidden places serve as a poignant reminder of the challenges that we face as a global community. So, let us continue to appreciate and respect these forbidden places from a safe distance, and strive to work towards a more peaceful, inclusive, and sustainable future for all. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Subscribe to our channel, and until next time, stay safe.